from Eating Ideas, and today we're talking about cooking vegetarian food. Now I'm always trying to cut down meat in my diet. It's always good to have a couple of meat-free days at least, good for the system. And there's a few things I always have in the store cupboard at home just for emergencies. I always have a packet of lentils. They're really handy to throw into anything or just rustle up a very quick lentil soup. I always have tinned tomatoes because they're so versatile, you can just use them in everything. There's usually an onion knocking about in the cupboard, and I always have stock cubes, and there's always a jar of curry paste. Now I know it's really easy to rustle up a quick curry paste, but just for emergencies you can't beat having some just ready to use. This can spice up the most simple of things. Just a tiny little bit of mayonnaise will really jazz up your sandwich. But today I'm going to make a veggie curry. Another thing I always have is a bag of frozen veg in the freezer for such emergencies, for when there's nothing else to eat. So we're going to make a lovely vegetable and lentil curry using this curry paste. So I have chopped the onion under the watchful eye of my feathered friend. And I'm just going to place this in a pan with a little bit of oil. So in go the onions, into the pan. And just stir those until they're nicely browning. When the onion is nice and soft like this and just golden, and add in about 4 tablespoons of curry paste. Now you can use whatever type of curry paste you like. Just check on the label to see how strong it is or how hot it is. If you're not keen on spice, maybe go for a nice mild one, like a korma. This one's a Balti, which is medium heat. I'm just cooking that through for a minute or two. And now a tin of chopped tomatoes. So I'm adding in the lentils. Mix those through well, and I'm just adding about 200 to 250 mils of vegetable stock, boiling water with a vegetable stock cube. And now I'm adding in about 300 grams of those mixed frozen veg. I'm just going to leave that to simmer until the vegetables are cooked and the lentils are nice and soft. So a top tip is to use these cook at home poppadoms as opposed to the ready-made ones. They're very healthy. These are about 1.5% fat, and you can keep them really low fat by, instead of deep fat frying them, cook them in the microwave. And all you have to do is set one in the microwave, put a kitchen roll over it for about 30 seconds, and then just check it every few seconds after that, and it'll be light and crispy and lovely. Look at that, that's just lovely. So after the curry has been simmering for about 30 minutes or so, it should be ready. Just give it a taste, see if it needs any seasoning. If you think it's a little bit too spicy for your taste, or you've got kids who prefer it milder, a top tip is to just add a couple of spoonfuls of natural yogurt. And that will cool it down and just give it a creaminess, which is lovely. And here it is, a lovely veggie and lentil curry. It's really delicious, served with rice. And poppadoms made extra healthy, cooked in the microwave. All this from such really basic ingredients and just so easy to make. I hope you enjoy it. A top tip if you have vegetables left that need to be used up is to chop them up and turn them into a quick and easy vegetable soup. Here I have just covered the chopped vegetables with boiling water, and I'm adding just a cupful of lentils that I've rinsed well. And then I'm chucking in a stock cube, a little bit of salt and some pepper. And I'll just stir that well and let it cook through. So when the vegetables and the lentils are cooked through, it won't look great, it's a bit disgusting at this stage. I'm just going to blend it. And then if it's too thick at this stage, just add a little drop of water and mix that in until you get it to the consistency that you like. and then just have a little taste and add a little bit more seasoning if it's needed. And there it is, quick and easy vegetable and lentil soup.